all of those kids are coming from Skowhegan or can't think of the name of the town right now, but another Madison. Yeah. So, the other thing you asked about, does charter school money apply to parochial schools? No, at least not so far.
So there's nothing being considered on that right now, right? You know,
nope,
like this, you know, we have some religious-based schools here in the area, like Mount Mercy and St. John's, that have been there for years.
St. Michael's in Augusta.
Yeah, St. Michael's.
Yep. And then another question was, how much money do we get per state from the funding formula? That's really 6471 for K2 and 6872 for 912. And that number changes every year based upon the funding formula. I don't know if there's any other questions. I just, you know, trying to help people understand where the budget is. I mean, I know, you know, it's interesting as we've gone through this downturn. I think we know too much about these numbers now. But if, for example, our total valuation is $2.2 billion. That's it. So this isn't even that 1.2 million. It's a large amount of money, but it's, you know, maybe 55%, half a mil. In SAD 49, Fairfield, their total valuation of all their 5 communities is barely $750 million. So that kind of an increase in that district would be a mill pushing 2 mills. But the way the funding formula works, they get about 70 cents from the state for every dollar they spend, and only have to contribute about 30 cents locally. And if you're bored and have nothing to do, this data is all online now, and you can query away to your heart's content.
You've had a couple meetings, Gary. What's your general feeling in the meeting? I was unable to make the last one, but what is your general feeling how they're looking at this budget, the public?
I can tell you we've worked awfully hard to be as close to flat as we can. Well, if I don't add the retirement money in, we're below flat. I watch area school districts. They're all up 1%, 2 or 3%, and that some of them haven't even added in retirement. I know I compare and look what other folks are doing, but in the end, there's a strong group of people there's a group of people in the communities of RSU 18 that feel like there should be no change, and we're trying to be responsive to that, and also provide a quality education for our kids. And an example of that is, I presented the budget, early March was the first version of the budget. Since then, our health insurance rates came in at 0%. We had budgeted 6. And we found, as you kind of work the budget, and it was probably about 4,000 or 5,000 lines, we found a couple errors and stuff like that. We gained, in total, we gained about $600,000. That $600,000, what we did was we used 300,000 of it to reinstate positions, because we had about 18 position reductions. We brought that down to around 9 or 10, and then the remaining 300,000 was used to reduce local property taxation. So we've tried to be very fair. I can tell you I've gotten a lot of pro-education folks are not happy that I didn't use more of that money for that. But so I don't know. I think we've done a good job, but at the end of the day, even this flat budget requires an increase in local taxation to deal with the revenue issue. So I'm optimistic that people will support it. But on May 21st, people will tell us.
Any further questions for Gary? Gary, thank you for your time.
Sure. Appreciate it.
Much of age, gosh, parole, Gary's carrying down his stuff. We'll go on to item number 2, is the act on application for a liquor license renewal
problem, except that one guy that hangs around.
Yeah.
We get paint
Oh,
out on
Lloyd.
each other every once in a while.
Next item is to meet with Laura St. John to discuss the streets program. Laura, how are you?
I'm good, thanks. How are you? I have these can be made available.
Thank you.
See you, Gary.
My name is Laura St. John. I'm a health educator at Healthy Northern Kennebec, a local Healthy Maid partnership. I'm not sure how familiar you are with Healthy Northern Kennebec, but we work with Oakland and 10 other surrounding towns in the service area. We are working on objectives